YouTube, checking in with y'all. Fresh off of home time for the most part. Real quick, how the situation came to conclusion off my last video where the load was, according to the Walmart, a day late, even though my information about the load said that it was due that night and I was there an hour early. Ended up waiting around to hear back from sales or dispatch about whether we'll be able to get that load in that night or possibly get another driver to take it off of me. You know, swap out trailers after they're empty and going back home. Neither of those ended up happening, which I pretty much expected, to be honest. But, you know, I was holding out hope. But I ended up waiting around about 3 or 4 hours, which led me to make the video I did. And
in 600 feet, take the entrance to the left on I-44 East.
Did something I should have done probably 2 hours before I decided to go ahead and do that, which was call the receiving Walmart receiving office myself, and got in touch with one of the clerks. It was a cool guy. Explained to him the situation. Tried to run a sympathy card on him. You know, told him, man, look, I'm been on the road for 6-7 weeks, and this load is getting me home. I was trying to be home, tonight.
800 feet. Continue on to I-44.
And it didn't work. Long story short, it didn't work. So what he did let me know was that the earliest they'd be able to take the load would be the following night, which was a Friday. So on that note, I went ahead and left, went on home. So I could make the best of that situation. I know I ranted and raved about not going back, but they weren't able to find a truck driver or another driver in the area that comes to load off of me, which was not a surprise. And anyways, I ended up picking up my son early from school. He and my fiance rode down with me to deliver that load, and we came on back after getting unloaded and began my home time Friday night. So that's how that situation concluded. Leaving home gets harder and harder as the months go by. In particular with my son, of course, you're gonna miss your significant other. I miss my fiance when I'm gone, of course. Naturally, I miss my family, but in particular with my son, man, initially the first couple months I was out here, it didn't really seem to faze him too much. But over the last, probably 6 months, I'll say he's, become more vocal and outspoken about the fact that he's not really happy with me being gone for weeks at a time. And, makes you feel some type of way. And it should. If you actually love your children and stuff, you should feel some type of way. But at the same time, I'm out here making a sacrifice for, my family and, my son in particular, so that they can have the things they want and need, and, for the present and more importantly for the future. To put them in a better situation than I was in growing up, and to have a situation set up for him so that when he is, a young adult, 18, 19, 20-something years old, he will be able to step into the fold of things I've created and got lined up and basically, take things over and not have to look for employment and just basically step right into being a business owner. So nothing great is accomplished without sacrifice, and this is a sacrifice that I, and along with many other OTR drivers out here with dreams and ambitions and goals of being owner operators and building a company, building a fleet, and getting to the point where we're no longer on the road. We are an employer and provide opportunities for others, and obviously make a living without actually having to get our hands dirty. That's my end game. So, it's tough, but it's a part of the game, man. It's a part of the game, and it's something that you need to understand. You know, you have to formulate a plan when you're getting ready to when you're getting ready to do anything, you need to formulate a plan. And in my opinion, you need to write that plan down. There's something about transferring your ideas, your thoughts, whatever plans you come up with in your head. What the hell was that? Transfer them from your mind through a pen or pencil onto paper. Something about that process makes it real, makes it stick. At least for me, it does. So I feel like you need to have that written down, and you got to stick to it, you know. And you got to come out here with that plan and that goal. Understand that there's going to be sacrifices you have to make. There's going to be moments. There's going to be times where, especially if you have younger children, where you're really going to feel some type of way about what it is that you're doing. But you have to remind yourself of the long-term goals and the overall plan and reason for the decision that you made to come on out here. And that's what I have to remind myself of. On to another topic I wanted to talk about, which was not making, and it kind of correlates with what I was just talking about as far as my son and my family and everything, and how hard it is to leave home, and that is making business decisions off of an emotional foundation. So, you know, when I was at home, man, and real quick, shout out to my guy, Exclamation Thoughts. Check out his YouTube channel if you have not, never heard of him. He subscribed to my channel a while ago, and when I found out he had one, I did the same. I've been watching his videos. He puts out very good content, very good information. But he's somebody that I've been in touch with. He's somebody I've been in touch with on several occasions over the last couple of months. And while I was at home recently, we emailed back and forth, and it kind of got me to, my emotions moving a little bit, because I want to get home a little more often. 0.2 miles to take. But thinking about making that move based on emotions before the finances were in tune, and I had to calm myself down to get myself back on track. But I brought up Exclamation Thoughts because he came to Prime, spent the year at Prime. He was here when I came, and he had a plan. He stuck to his plan. He executed it, and now he's an owner-operator with signed on, leased on to a carrier, doing very well for himself. He came to Prime, like I said. He had a plan. He had goals that he wanted to do, things he wanted to do. One of which, which is same exact thing as I'm doing, getting your credit repaired and fixed, saving up money. And he actually gave me some advice that I've applied about credit cards and increasing your credit limits. So basically what he did was he got some credit cards when he was out here on the road. He used them, and he paid the balance down to 0 every month. And then he told me that he asked for a credit line increase every 3 months. And that basically, over the course of that year, his available credit increased, I believe, at least 5 times what it was when he initially got the cards. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going through that process right now, and it's going very well. So, shout out to my dude once again for the good information that he's personally given me, and for the content that he puts out on his YouTube channel. But you got to stick to your plan, man. You got to stick to your plan. You have to come up with a plan. You got to come up with a way to execute it, and you got to stick to it. And you cannot make business decisions based on emotional reasons. All business decisions got to be rooted in financial backing. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So, that's kind of my thing right now. Sticking to the plan. I like I said earlier, writing down your goals, and it's something about that. Like, I noticed a lot of goals, because I had looked at my plans that I wrote down for a while, and when I did go back and revisit them, a lot of the goals I had have been accomplished, and a lot of the ones that have not been accomplished, and I'm well on my way to getting them done. And I didn't even realize that subconsciously I had been working toward them, even though on the conscious level, it kind of slipped my mind. But that I credit that to writing them down. But you got to stick to your plan, man.
600 feet.
Like they say, nothing worth having comes easy. Nothing great is accomplished without an equal sacrifice, and that's what we're doing out here on the road.
Your destination on the right.
OTR drivers
arrived at destination.
Getting into the owner-operator field, and trying to elevate ourselves, you know, into fleet owners, you know, into employers. So I'm here in Springfield, Missouri, getting ready to pick up this load out of craft. I'll run down the street, pick up my next trainee, and we're gonna get rolling again, man. But one of the things that Exclamation Thought, me and him spoke about was, you know, he shared with me the numbers, his numbers from how he's doing the carry that he's at now, and he's basically making the same kind of money I make training here at Prime. He's making that running solo, which is, you know, great. It's great news for me because that's where I'm trying to get to. You know what I mean? So that's a good he's a good person for me to talk to as far as understanding what is possible for me, and how to go about accomplishing it. But like I said, he's making the same type of money I make training here at Prime, which forces me to run all 48 states, and he's running the same area that I plan to run when I do get my own truck, which is basically the Midwest, no further west than Iowa, and the Southeast, and some Northeast, but really I believe he told me he doesn't go much further north than Pennsylvania. And he's basically bringing home in revenue in the same amount of money that I do while I train. So, you know, got me excited, got me looking forward to the next step, you know, more than I already have been. And with that said, you know, you gotta stick to the game plan though. You gotta understand that you can't jump before you're ready. And that's what I gotta remind myself from time to time. And you know, it doesn't help when I deal with my son and he's, you know, in his feelings when I'm leaving and I'm gone, and you know, wanting me to be back home and stuff. But you know, he'll understand soon enough that everything his dad has done over these last several months, or a year and a half, you know, it'll all be worthwhile. He appreciates it now, but he'll really appreciate it when he's older and can really understand what it is that I was out here doing. So with that said, let me go ahead and cut this off, man. Go check in, grab this load so we can get rolling, get my next trainee, man. And I'll be checking that back in with y'all sooner or later. But until then, as always, y'all be easy.